for 6 years, and when I was here, I was dedicated to the citizens of Festus. I served with several of the board members that are here right now, and I think at that time we did a pretty good job in concentrating on the citizens. The last meeting, the mayor made a speech about, he said he has 23 years in the Marine Corps, was a police officer in Crystal City, and one thing or another. And he said we need to talk about loyalty. Loyalty means that you are devoted to the country, state, county, and city. Senior peers, and that includes fellow councilmen and subordinates. I didn't see where it said citizens yet. You owe our wavering loyalty up and down to the chain of command to your seniors, subordinates, and your peers. Again, I don't see anything about the citizens. It's kind of weird, but in my opinion. But to improve your loyalty, you should show your loyalty and never discuss the problems of your unit with outsiders. I don't know what the unit means. I mean, we're a city council that's supposed to be representing the citizens, but I know Sam, Mr. Mayor, you were a Marine for 23 years, but you're a mayor right now. And then you say, now I'm not saying that we don't discuss that with the citizens. We do that. So when you say we never discuss the problems of your unit with outsiders, I don't know what you're talking about. If it's not the citizens, is it the city workers or what? I'm not very clear on that. Never talk about your seniors unfavorably in front of the subordinates. I don't know what that means either. I mean, you're limited to freedom of speech there to where you're telling people they can't talk. And here's the key to something that is once said, you understand, because I am military. Once again, we're not military. Once a decision is made and that ordinance is passed, you carry out that ordinance willingly as if it was your own. I don't know what that means. When you pass an ordinance like on speeding, we're all gonna follow the ordinance. I mean, I don't know, this is not like an order that we're having to follow. In other words, we don't go outside this circle. We don't go outside this circle. So again, it's a reference that we got just a little group here. We kind of saw that tonight when you let all the citizens, we had to sit outside till the last minute to come into this meeting. It seems like the citizens keep getting the low end of the scale. As far as when we pass an ordinance, support it. That's what we're here for. Well, we always have our own opinion. We pass ordinance that we get the good of the citizens. There we go, we got the citizens in there a little bit. And then we support the decision. You can still think about it. And I mean, you know, just because you pass an ordinance, you can still disagree about it. We are free thinkers, and it is freedom of speech, and we are a country of freedom. You know, we're not a kingdom to where the king tells us. Think about your loyalty to this group, to the city, to our employees, and to the citizens. Once again, the citizens are at the bottom of the group here. I wish you guys were more concentrated on the citizens more than your group as far as keeping stuff inside. I mean, I don't know what you think that you can't talk about with the citizens, that you can't openly speak, but I find it unusual that all the years that we've had council meetings, we've opened the door at 6:30 so people can come in and talk with the council. You don't allow that now. So little by little in this area, a lot of us went to school here. We learned about the Constitution. We learned about history. We learned about history of the world. And we learned about that we have freedoms here. And little by little, ironically, years later, it was 47 years I went here, you're cramping down the freedom of speech of the citizens. And it's amazing me which direction we're heading. It's like the opposite direction. For some reason, the citizens don't matter anymore. So anyway, I'd appreciate you would consider the citizens rather than your little circle of group. And you would answer phone calls when we call, because that's what I heard more than anything, that the council, they don't respond back. Just admitted it, you didn't call it back. So, you know, that seems to be a pattern. It didn't happen back years ago, but it seems we're heading in that way of against the Constitution. So thanks a lot, and I wish you consider the citizens for a change.
Tim, I have one thing to say in response to that.
I don't think that's the way it's supposed to work on the blue paper.
As far as texting someone at all hours of the night.
I don't do it on all hours.
No, I'm not going
Mr. Mayor, he's not supposed to be doing that. I'm supposed to be discussing it with you. He's totally out of line with the blue paper. You can't be doing that. If you have an issue, you should file. You can. Here's the police assistant chief.
Montgomery, you're out of order, please.
He's out of order.
Councilman has a right to talk.
Not according to the paper.
Well, I have a right to talk, and I will shortly. It's obvious to me that you serve know nothing about leadership. Next person.